Who are your biggest rivals in your career, would you say? Because you've raced 3 generations.
Mm-hmm.
You got the RV, Dunge, Stu, that tail of that era. Then you got the Dunge, Marv, like Kenny.
Yeah.
Then you've got the Chase, Jet, Cooper. Like, that's a lot of dudes that are really good.
For continued battling, but we have a ton of respect for each other, would be Roczen. Yeah. From beginning to now, for sure Kenny's, yeah. He's like the guy I battled the most, or always has been on the line, like knowing he could be one of the guys. And then you know, of course I had moments back in my 250 days with Barsha, you know, getting in little tussles.
Yeah.
For like rivalry, right? Like I'm gonna get this guy this next weekend or whatnot. But and then
how was that being on the same team?
It was it didn't really change much. Like, it didn't matter that he was my teammate. If we were battling and trying to take each other out, I didn't care if that we were on the same team. I mean, he didn't either. So it didn't even, color didn't matter. The team didn't matter. He was just, he wanted to go beat the guy.
Did it change the vibe under the tent for you? Like, did it kind of create a bit of a weird dynamic, or it was your first team really, so you probably didn't know any other way?
I just didn't really even know. It was the first team. Dude, there's so many bikes under that tent, so it's just part of the chaos, part of the madness.
So Kenny was probably the one.
Like Kenny for pure rival all the way through. Yeah. Yep. Of course, had some epic battles with Dungy and Cooper Webb and Chase for one season. Yeah, it would have to be either the Sexton season or Dungy, but continued out through the whole career, Roczen.
What makes him special as a rider?
Roczen? The one thing that he does amazing is his first lap. Like in 2016, his first lap in motocross was the craziest thing I've ever seen. The way he'd come through, and if he would get a bad start, he would pass. He would go from like 8th to 1st. I remember he did it maybe at Millville or I don't know. It was just ridiculous the way he'd come through, guys. And was able to do it clean.
Yeah. Just,
you know, wasn't like smashing dudes or, you know, causing other crashes. Just making passes and getting through everyone.
Just beating everyone on pure speed.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let's watch a little bit of video. Oh, there he goes. That he did get a dude.
Yeah,
he's buried, bro.
Yep.
Shout out to whoever filmed this on their iPhone. Filmed the TV on their iPhone. Legend. Where is he? There he is.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you calling that? 12th?
Right there. Like, I literally remember him going past me right there and getting sketchy like that too.
Yeah, dude. He had his rear wheel basically on the ground for 3 rollers then.
But he would do that to us every single race that season. If he get a bad start, he'd just get in first and whatever, a couple laps.
That was a wild year, dude.
It was ridiculous.
That was like lightning in a bottle from him too.
Yep.
You know, privateer team essentially. Like, just went there, got to do whatever he wanted. Dude, that looks like a gnarly
and I only
day.
won like the niche races, like the Southwick and Washoe, right? But dude, he was just waxing us everywhere else.
How much of that though was the shoulder, like coming back from the shoulders? Because double shoulders is pretty hectic. Like, that's not the best injury. New bike.
Yeah, it was all that combined, but his riding then was unbelievable that season. I was still struggling, to be straight up. Like, I didn't just figure it out season 1. Needed to build up some strength. You know, of course, I was not 100%, but still.
He was just...
Yeah,
he was good.
He was crazy.
I'd imagine there'd be some times in your career where you've seen guys and you've just shook your head and been like, what, dude? Like, How did you do that?
I'm just trying to think who else
Kenny came to mind for me.
Yeah, well, Kenny, like that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Dunge is gnarly, but in a different way, you know?
Yeah, gnarly in a different way. Yep. Like that, for me, that was like a mental thing that he was just so gnarly at.
Who, Kenny or Dunge?
Dunge.
Yeah.
Dunge. Yeah.
That has to be very hard to go up against someone like Dunge when you just knew every weekend you were going to get the exact same dude.
Yeah. Just knowing if you got an eighth, you're blowing it at that point.
You're like bleeding
Yeah,
points.
you're just bleeding. So, yeah, it's really hard to keep, and then you got to make up, 3 or 4 races of winning and just not sustainable.
What was did you ever have any of these guys? Like, how's the relationship with them, like, off the track? Do you even have any relationship off the track? Like, it's something quite unique in our sport in a way.
Mm-hmm. For my current class, no, I don't like I call bro down with really any of them. I've been kind of icy that way. Good friends with Jeremy Martin but it's never crossed my mind it's just been so hard for me to separate those two environments. Of course, say, hey, like have some small conversation, but to like have them come out to your place and train with you and ride with you, I've just never been able to do that and get on that level as a friend with any of them.
Do you reckon it'll change as your career, like you retire?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I can't wrap my head around like being a buddy with someone and then battling with them and then it changing your mindset going into that turn, into the finish line, hey, I'm not going to go for this block pass, or it's just, so I've always tried to keep that separate, but at the same time, not try to create myself as a glowing target or create enemies.
Yeah.
And
you've walked that line.
Yeah.
Almost perfectly.
Yeah.
In a way, like you are crazy disciplined, dude. Like just even mentally, you know what I mean? Like there's the kind of discipline of getting up every day and doing your bed, like doing your motos, doing your but the consistency and just like character, maybe that's the way to say it. Like you've just kept it the same. It's like you've had an idea of like, this is the guy I want to be in my career and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, just staying true to who you are, and but like I said, not being, just not wanting to, because you these series are so long. Like I don't ever want to create this extra drama, right? So that's another thing, like just staying out of the drama, period. Because all it does down the road, at some point, it's going to bite you.
Is there?
But then you got other guys like, I'm gonna, he's gonna be intimidated of me or whatever. But for me, I've been the guy that's been laid low, kind of. Yeah.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.